away their economic advantage. That was what they did on Split, and against good teams, if you let that slip a little bit, it becomes a drastic problem.
I mean, they need to close that out here if they want to take it to map 3. Let's get back into game, Doug and Potter, and see if they can do it.
Thank you, Yunsu. Yes, Vikings looking to push the matter forward, looking to potentially get a size box, which has been very well documented as a bit of a landmine spot for both teams. But before we get there, we've got to finish up Bind. Gambit looking to put Vikings away. They're on the attacking half here. We've already seen that Viper ball set up across A. That's not where most of the players are.
Yeah, they're not. The spike is, however, outside towards the shower area. Beautiful molly. That's gonna, well, I say it's slowing down Defo, but not Defo. He's gonna go and hop, skip, jump right over it. And that sort of map control early, that's everything.
Yeah, mere mortals, you're right, that slows them down. But you've got
But
Defo.
not Defo,
And
yeah,
Defo is constructed abnormally, apparently, as he just makes his way in through, and they've taken hookah control. But they haven't gone much further than that. A heavy stack towards B seems to be the play.
Yeah, and FRZ right now is just jump spotting. The jig is up though. Shados has definitely figured that one out, and looks like all of Gambit are rendezvousing back towards B here. Yeah, this is looking like it's just going to be a full-on B hit here, Doug, because none of the Gambit members have anyone back towards A. They can't make a TP back.
Go, no place is safe. The options are limited. Defo taking care of Sadak. Elbow control drops as well. This Vikings fall shortly thereafter. Shot dart's coming through, but the spike should go down, although that was certainly painful. And they may have an opening in this room, but close. Oh, GTN's utility opens things up. Back for Vikings. Redgar and Chronicle left alone. Yes, the spike was down, but can they hold it? Can they keep them at bay? You've got a Ghost and full armor on the side of Redgar. So he's healthy enough to make something happen, and they don't know that he's there. He's been so tagged up, though. The swing had to be there from Chronicle, and there it was. Chronicle gets a second. Chronicle needs one more to win the round. The classic swinging around the corner. You gotta land the shots, but no! It's subscrice who wins the pistol for Vikings.
What a pistol round. This might have been the most back and forth pistol round I've seen so far at Champions. My goodness, at any moment, either team absolutely could have converted this one. I'm at a loss for words. I cannot believe that Boombot did that to him. That hurt me deep inside. The fact that the Boombot just kind of veers away and blows him up back aside like that. Oh my goodness, what a back and forth pistol round. But a beautiful play here, 1 versus 1. subscrice to convert.
I believe the phrase is unlucky.
Unlucky.
Really. Unlucky.
Unlucko malucko.
I'm sorry, the what?
A force buy.
Nice, change it.
We gotta change the subject really fast, really fast.
Gambit, as you said, force up. This time, Ruva not nearly as successful. Defo off the dart, finds the kill. Beautiful setup out from Gambit.
Yeah, the spike should be going down here now, and Defo, he's looking like he's loosening up, man. No, wait. Okay, subscrice is able to run and gun with the Spectre of his own. He finds 3. And now just like that, there's 4 members alive. That's a good flank for Redgar, a nice response. But the spike gets taken away, Doug.
We've been here before. Vikings. Okay. Man, it looks like they're gonna do it again. The tap. Shados has to make something happen, and he tried to pop a flash to swing out and cause problems, but Saucy's able to clean that up, so Vikings get to 10. Gambit, they lost the pistol, they rolled the die, right? Like they invested, try to find something with that force up. Nothing doing.
Yeah, nothing doing indeed. And you know, Vikings, their game plan is solid so far. You know, so far I've been kind of focusing on Gambit and where they're faltering a little bit, but that's because the expectations for this squad are just so damn high. For the Vikings side so far, their pace, they've been switching it up. Their strategy, their executes, their retakes, it's all looking fantastic for the Vikings side.
They're clicking and Gambit.
Clicking on all levels.
I mean, really, in Gambit, we talked about their slow start in the previous map, and they finally caught up, but it seems like that is not, well, it certainly hasn't been the case, and we question whether or not they are going to be able to get out of this rut in the second half of Bind. Gambit down big, and this is, you know, we're feeling the implications Potter, of that force up last round. Now, if someone's watching who may have not watched a ton of Valorant in their day or is relatively new to the game, Potter, break down some of that economy difference for me, right? So you lose the pistol, but then you buy and things go south. What are the implications of that?
Well, the implications are that you broke. You broke it. It's no joke. I think the bonus topic, it's still a tricky one, right? I mean, I think even there are scenarios right now where in the second round, you still win, but only 2 of you survive, and in the very next round, you're up 2-0, but you can't afford a single weapon. You can't afford utility. You barely have, what, 20, I believe it's 3,200 to your name. Wait a minute. What is happening here, Doug? All of a sudden, we're looking at 2 versus 2.
Nats is happening, and Shados is happening. Nats has already gotten 3 on the round. Shados, or excuse me, Nats got 2 and Shados got 1. He still has to rotate and get the spike back, though.
Oh, but they're gonna
walk. Yeah, they're gonna walk right into Nats. He's got that bulldog.
Hello, guys.
ADS.
The snake bite to delay entry in from pipes. That should give Shados enough time to get the spike down. And the poison orb as well. How have they gotten this far? It was off the sheriffs that we were just talking about. They've gotten Gambit to this point. FRZ, nothing to it. Nats gets 4 with that bulldog that he found throughout the round to get Gambit to 5. And now this economy conversation that we were just having gets infinitely more interesting.
It does. It does. It gets infinitely more interesting, but infinitely more difficult to talk about, right? Another added layer right on top of that. You know, I'm going to put the economy discussion to the side for now. I got to take a look at the credits here and really see what happened, because what the heck? How did Gambit just convert that?
Well, and here we go, right? Off of that, they invested, right? They bought up big, but they now have full rifles. Vikings do not have the same luxury. They only have the stinger in the hands of Sadak, and they have the cosmic divide to work with. We're seeing some of that aggressive space taken away, out from Hookah to contest what's happening in sand. There's nobody home, and off of that, I wonder if they fully rotate off. Sassi showing, hey man, I can do it with the sheriff too.
Oh, and I like this move. I like this move coming in from Vikings. You know, they did some sort of aggression in the beginning right off the barriers towards B. Now all members are beelining towards A. They're just going to have a full 5-man stack. And this is looking like the right call.
Potter, I think Gambit might flip off of this. You see Redguard, he's still playing back in spawn. Yeah, there go. So all of the presence on A and the utility that they invested manipulates the rotations over from Vikings.
TP.
Again, vintage Gambit. And that's going to allow them to get into B quietly. But as you said, Vikings playing around TP, understanding that, hey, the hit isn't here. There should be an opening for you to flip back. They could take it that way.
Shados. This Shados kill is going to be everything. Look, he's only got 13 HP to his name. This spike is going to go down, no problem at all. And the timing with Shados, the communication here, it's got to be top notch to be able to get Shados a flank going and get these easy free kills in the back.
Gambit taking elbow control here. That's exactly where the remaining members of Vikings are. The flash is there. That's going to give them position.
Mengonsumsi tembakau dapat mempengaruhi anak di bawah umur. Kami membatasi kemampuan orang lain untuk menemukan level selama 10 menit.
Gambit are still in the spot to win this dang thing. Vikings just down to 2. Sonic's going to get the timing just right as he gets to his own.
Nge-vape kena iki. Ya ampun. Nge-vape lu. Nge-vape di live TikTok kena iki sih. Apa jenengnya? Yuk peringatan.
Oh iya?
Sumpah, barusan. Ya ampun.
Kok bisa?
Karo ya. Asap. Boy ki asap gak oleh.
You know, Redguard, fantastic stuff. The fact that he got 3 kills was huge there. But, you know, a part of me thinks that if he didn't get those kills, and it was Shados that actually completed that flank, and he was the one to get those kills, and Redguard was watching the flank instead, that probably would have secured this round for Gambit. But the fact that Redguard and his Sova, both at elbow, were so focused on spawn to tee up Shados for that frag, they forgot about flank.
Cosmic divide, Defo with the dash. He's been spotted. Welcome to my world. Continue. So here the Viper's pick coming out as well as the spike goes down, and this one's going to be much faster and much messier than we've seen. You've got Redguard still playing, making sure there's nobody working the flank out from sand, but all of the action, all of the attention is on the site, and once again we find dueling Viper's pits as the Cosmic Divide comes out as well. Every single ultimate, or seemingly every single ultimate coming out, and of course through all of that, It's the nade that gets the first. The showstopper there. They want to go. You can tell they want to go. He checks the corner. He's able to land it on the Shados. Nats drops as well, courtesy of his friend Chronicle. But the same Chronicle, you're going to have to make up for what just happened there. And he's going to get a chance at it. The Hunter's Fury. But he pulls off of it. He's got to stay alive. He's not able to. GTN gets 3. Vikings get to 12. That was probably the most chaotic round I've ever seen.
Oh, no, Gambit. That's not good. FRZ just had a shank out, Doug. He's sending a message. He's telling Gambit, look, man, I don't even need my gun to win this round with you right now. He tried to space on that Sova as he had his Hunter's Fury out, get the shank across. That's a message if I've ever seen one. That's a message saying, look, we are in the driver's seat right now. We're about to go over the finish line. We are in full control. And that should have been a post plant that Gambit should have had a better time in. But man, Vikings, these Viper ultimate trades, it's been, what is that, our 4th time now in this game alone that we're seeing that? Fantastic stuff.
Well, and you didn't mention it, so I will be the one who draws attention to the elephant in the room. That shock dart from Chronicle onto Nats, a little friendly fire there.
Can't be doing that.
Feels bad.
Yeah. Man, and I think the Viper's Molly landed right then at that time too, making him vulnerable. Unlucky stuff. Man, what a round. What a round.
And what a statement from Vikings.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Because, and let's be honest, right? Like, we've been waiting for Gambit to be Gambit, right? We're like, okay, yeah, you started off slow, but it's gonna happen, right? Like, you're gonna do it. It's gonna come back. We're just kind of waiting for it, and it hasn't come. And we've even seen instances where Gambit have plays that kind of like bring things back. We talked about Sparks. There was the ace at the end of the first half, but Vikings have been able to suffocate out any sort of possibility of momentum. You take a look at it on the timeline. They've won 4 of the last 5. They've been able to weather this like impending storm that should normally be coming out from Gambit perfectly to find themselves at map point, 1 round away from taking a size box.
Oh, I'm looking straight at Defo. This is a broken buy for Gambit coming into this last round. At least he's got the Blade Storms on his back. Gambit have to do a really good job at baiting out Saucy's Hunter's Fury here, right? It looks like Gambit have been leaning more towards this A than anything else, and that's exactly where Saucy is. See how Gambit respond. They have the showers control now, though.
Flash down long, out from FRZ, and now the Trailblazer as well. You've got Redgar. Oh, they do check him. They spot him out. His position has been given away, but Redgar naturally just stays. Now he rotates away.
You
know, given we're considerably far around now, they haven't found a ton of space. They haven't found a ton of room to work with her.
Yeah, this is a fake, but just a Sky alone with a fake. Look at the rotations. I mean, as the fake comes through, the 2 members of Vikings were rotating back towards B. They had the right read, but for some reason they went back towards A.
Defo's gotta land those. That's the win condition, is that Blade Storm in this broken by situation. And Defo isn't able to land any of it, while his teammates fall as well. Chronicle's the only one who remains healthy here in the round for the side of Gambit, as Vikings, their defenses are bolstered. Oh boy, okay. We'll avoid that. That didn't happen. But they still have such good numbers. Shados has to make something happen. He's not going to do it. Map 1 was not enough. Map 2 was not enough to decide what's happening here. We're going to map 3.
Holy moly. And it was so dominant, so decisive on this bind. The attack, fantastic. Saucy has made some incredible calls. You know, we talked about the fact that those A pinches were so deadly. The Hunter's Fury comboed with that raise, just beelining it, sashling into short A and pinching into shower as that Sky is coming out from outside shower. This was a fantastic A hit coming out from Vikings. I'll be curious to see what Gambit's response is in the 3rd, but my God, that caught me off guard.
Yeah, and it evidently caught Gambit off guard as well. And Redgar had himself a day, 21 and 14, but that's not. In a perfect setting, you don't want that out of your Astra. You want that out of your Jet. You want that out of an Initiator, perhaps. Not the guy whose job is to stay alive and use utility to keep you in the round.
Yeah, exactly. And oh man, even that pistol. It did seem like a lot of the crucial swing rounds, starting with pistol, then the bonus, the first gun round, and I believe it was the second to the last gun round. all of these were converted by Vikings, right? I mean, every step of the way, these 1v1s, the close-knit, just clenchy rounds that that we're used to talking about Gambit converting, it was Vikings this time around to be the ones on top.
Well, and I think the other thing we need to talk about is Gambit looked so good on Split when they were kind of like pulling Vikings around, right? They had Vikings play the game that they wanted. They manipulated rotations. They threw eye candy out there, trickeration to kind of keep them on their back foot. That never happened on Bind. Like, we never saw that. That's a problem if you're Gambit, right? Like that's your bread and butter.
Yeah, we didn't. Trickeration?
You like that one?
I do.
We're gonna throw it to a break. When we return, map 3, don't go anywhere.
Gak pesen lapangannya. Tak kok. Wira kalau main enggak ya?
Tadi kan kok bahas badminton kan belum.
Ayo makanya. Suaramu kok cilik. Aku. Badminton enggak ya? Ancen nek badminton ngomongnya meneng ngono sik iso.
Ya nek dipakai iso. Bocor ya.
Jen di tag Wira ya loh.
Apa?
Tapi nek kon misalnya pesen lapangan maksudnya ya ono ae sing melok.
Kan lo ngomong suara apa sih? Bisa kon.
Coba ndelok grup kon di tag sen. Di tag sen, nanti tag Wira.
Macam lo sih. Bisa. Kamu lucu.
Gak ngomong apa-apa, akan takok mana badminton, terus Wira ngetek kok tanda tanya.
Bilang belum pesen. Belum dipesen. Tanya sing lain badminton.
Yeah, I mean it kind of came in surprising fashion, I guess. It was a very unconventional defensive side for Gambit. It didn't really pay off. It seemed like it didn't fool Vikings at all. They were pretty much ready for all these crazy wide rotations, and then they were just too far behind.
They did it. They completely controlled the economy in that second half after winning that pistol, and they converted a 3 versus 5 pistol round that I thought was lost from the get-go. But I do have to say, I have to point it out right off the bat. Look at the MVP on the left, and then look at the lost player on the right. This was a massive Viper diff, and you will never say that again against Nats. That is unbelievable what Sadhak pulled off in this match.
Yeah, you don't usually get a Viper diff Nats very often, but this is the issue, right, with Gambit. When sometimes when you're at the top, everybody has. Okay, we'll talk about this Molly first,
and then
we'll talk.
Where does it land? Boom!
Yeah.
Right as they push. What is that?
What in the world?
Vikings?
This is incredible. This is really incredible.
And that's the round they needed to really continue to ramp up the just the difference in, I guess, not losing players, the cleanliness of those rounds, right? That was the bonus round. So if they continue, what happened on Split was they lost so many people during those rounds, even though they were converting them, that they couldn't carry the economic advantage fully.
And I think this was really interesting because we saw a lot of these kind of combo plays from them. This time with the snake bite, there was also the gravity well into the paint shells that didn't quite pay off, but then, you know, these other things that they were trying that looked really, really good from them. So I'm really impressed overall with what we saw from them. With their utility usage, they looked really improved. They didn't seem to be they just seemed completely dialed in on this one.
I mean, the ideas, executions, they were all there, and this is them answering back to the criticisms everybody had after Reykjavik, where, you know, the Brazilian teams, they're aimers, they know how to shoot, but the kind of synergy and the strategic play isn't there. But Bala, it is here now.
Yeah, I think for Vikings, it was always kind of there in the background, but when it came to these big matches, for example, on splits, it just quite wasn't there because you're making these decisions that don't quite work out. But here it is, and I think we're there for Vikings, and I think they can carry it through for Icebox, but the problem is Icebox is a very kind of when you really come down to it. Hopefully there's a lot of new stuff. I actually saw Gambit pulling out some new stuff as well, so it could be just the battle of strategic minds. And so don't get me wrong, he's kind of carrying a little bit, so that could be something that continues their momentum, because when your IGL is feeling good, that is a good sign.
Yeah, that triple Redgar had was absolutely just filthy down the alley. What in the world was that? All of a sudden, 3 people are down. Just like, okay, did 3 bullets even come out of the gun? Like, I'm not even sure. But yeah, I mean, Redgar was by far the shining star. But even though his numbers were huge, they still didn't convert into a lot of other rounds. So kind of a surprising map for Gambit, frankly. I mean, if you're thinking if Redgar pops off like that, you would think Gambit's going to be doing really damn well.
Oh yeah, I mean, Redgar's been having great form in this tournament so far, just in general. But speaking of responding to criticism, we have a quote here from Sassy in an interview with esports.gg. He said, "People won't respect us, but we will surprise them." I think the word respect there is really, really poignant, because that is exactly what happened after Reykjavik. People kind of looked down on his region, his team, especially not making it to Masters Berlin as well. And it's really nice to see them working on all this stuff behind the scenes just to get here.
Yeah, I think it really is. And you're right, it is poignant, because at the beginning of this tournament, it was the same thing, right? A lot of people were just not respecting Vikings because we hadn't seen them in so long. But what's very clear, and I think everybody has to respect now, especially if you're Gambit, they have been putting in the work. And just because you didn't see them does not mean they're not prepped for this tournament.
I'm really excited going into this Icebox. I'm curious to see what the agent lineup is going to look like. Both of them like to do actually basically the same thing. Double duelist with the Reyna, and then, you know, Viper and the normal Sage stuff behind it with the Sova as well, of course. So I'm really curious if there's going to be any wrinkles in that, if it's just a mere matchup. I think we really just need to see Nats just kind of return to his normal form here. That's going to be a big key here for Gambit.
I think the interesting part is that when we looked at binds, a lot of the attack side from Vikings was kind of taken from Gambit.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Everybody's doing that at this point, right? Because it's just solid strats, right? It's just solid meta. But when we go to Icebox, it might be mirror comps, and who knows if it's going to be some of the same stuff from Gambit. But I need to see something different from Gambit. I honestly want to say almost that I want to see something different in the comp, because it's just, like I said at the top, I'm very scared for their Icebox. This is, right now, Vikings has just done one map, right? And to close out the job, they need to take Icebox.
KO?
But
KO?
Icebox...
KO?
On the side of Gambit? But who would play
instead
it?
of Reyna. Yeah.
Shados from the
instead?
Yeah.
Okay, I see it. I feel like he would be he would be that kind of duelist, almost soulcast-like KO, I guess, in that sense. But I think the question is, as we go on to Icebox, how hard is it when you are the team that everybody was watching at the last tournament, and you're the team that everybody is essentially taking stuff from, copying stuff from? How hard is it, Bala, to innovate and to change in such a short amount of time?
I think for Gambit, that's something I've always been impressed with. And honestly, on Split, on Bind, I was like, there was a molly that Nats was throwing. Usually when they're taking bathroom control, he's running up and throwing it off the wall to bounce it and stop somebody from pushing through. This time he was shooting it as they were getting close to the bathroom. So there's these things that I've always been impressed from Gambit, but just little things is not enough, you know? It has to be kind of a whole idea change for their Icebox, a whole game plan change.
And for me, I think it's going to come down to just getting a little creative. I think they got overly creative on that last one, where they're just trying to send Defo down into attacker spawn like Potter was talking about. He was living down in attacker side spawn when they're on defender side. So I don't mind the aggression dial-ups every once in a while, but it can't be consistent because then you start reading it, and immediately Vikings did have like Sutekas lurking over by the stairs on the mid A side, excuse me, waiting for some of these lurks, so it wasn't surprising.
But I don't want to overstate the fact that I want something to change on Icebox, because if they go for the normal stuff, that does not necessarily mean that they're out of the game.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
I'm not saying that at all, but for me, that is something that they're going to have to address at some point in the tournament, and you might as well address it now.
Well, we're into that Prime Gaming Agent Select now, expecting perhaps a mirror matchup, but let's see, like you said, if either side are going to try and change something up here, and no, they are not. We're sticking to that mirror matchup, the tried and tested double duelist, but you know, for Nats, Defo and Redguard, they really stepped up, but Paperthin, how much does Nats need to step up? How big of a win condition is he?
Oh god, he's got to be huge. I mean, he's your MVP, and those are the players that always need to step up when the moments are, the most important. When you need to come in clutch, this is the guy you're going to be looking to. I mean, of course, Defo is nuts. He can definitely do it. Everybody on Gambit, of course, can do it, but Nats has to come through big.
I have one point here about Redguard playing Sage. Because he was the carry on behind, he was the only person really fragging. It's kind of scary to see him go that way because Sage on Icebox is so difficult to play. And then on the other side for Vikings, FRC and GTN, they're going back for it. So they're playing the double duelist, and GTN's finally playing the Jet. That's very crucial, but both of them were so weak in these last two maps.
Yeah, well, a quarterfinal spot is up for grabs here. Would it be Gambit or Team Vikings to advance? Potter and Doug, take it away.
Excellent question, Yinsu. Yes, the question on everyone's mind: who is going to advance to the quarterfinals? And Potter, I gotta harken us back to just a couple of days ago when we saw Gambit play Icebox against Secret. It was not good.
It wasn't good, and it wasn't a good start either. The desk touched on it. Nats for Gambit, he's got to be the superstar. He's got to step up right now. This is the moment that really was built for superstars, right? To show up right when your squad needs you, and it's got to be towards B. The struggle was real defending versus Team Secret towards that B main. This time they're starting on the attack though to start things off in this first half, and I got some more bad news for you, Doug.
Hit me with it.
Last time, they were only able to get 4 rounds total in the entirety of the attack side. So for sure for Gambit, we got to see a little bit something different. This time, they have the same composition, so certainly they've got confidence, at least in their game plan.
We'll see if the game plan pays off, if they find success with what lacked. Again, in their map up against Secret just a couple days ago, this seems very fast and very aggressive and a very good start. From Gambit, his Defo's already gotten the pistol. Shadows drops though, man, and Defo does as well.
This is huge though. Chronicle, he's just kind of made his posture, right? He's made his stand. He's stopped the flank from coming in, so he can feel pretty confident that he can hold other angles. It's all down to Nats. He's got to survive 3 versus 4 post plant. Completely doable, but Nats got to be good for 2 here.
Chronicle
does the tag!
So Chronicle has 2 shock darts. Oh, but he's playing so tight. I don't know if he's getting a chance at it. Redguard's able to take care of Sutekas. There's one. Sadak tanks it. I don't know that it hit him. I don't know that it's going to make a difference. The wall again causes problems as FRZ gets 2 at the end, just to make sure that everything was fine. VKS win the pistol again.
That's worrisome. What a strange pistol, Doug, because even the plant of the spike itself, sure, they came through mid and that's why, but it seemed like Gambit had plenty of time to plant for a more optimal spot in that post for themselves, but they kind of put themselves into a pickle, and Vikings, they respond so well. If Nats was able to get at least one, that drone, Doug, that damned drone, just tagging him right at that last minute. Unfortunately, he's unable to even get away with any in that moment.
Just ruined everything. I felt flashbacks to a series we saw earlier. I would say it was the Cloud9 Fnatic series where the Sage walls were just so difficult to deal with on defuses, and we saw that in the previous round. Vikings find success. They invest their money wisely as they get a Bulldog in the hands of Saucy as well. Gambit, only real difference is they do have that Marshall in the hands of Defo. Misses the first shot.
Defo has either been past that Marshall and he just invested or he really invested quite a bit in this round. Exactly which one it is quite yet. Sage
Dengan mana yo?
Hah?
Kok dengan mana itu Toma?
Ada.
Mau goreng 69 ngarek separuh tak pangan yuk. Menggiurkan.
Apa pulang game win?
Pohon game. Enggak kelam.
Enak. Jangan ngombe.
Wih gitu. Mantap.
Anjay, ombeanku mbek Dio podo. Kon ngombe banyu putih sih, Dok. Apok kon. Ya, banyu putih. Dukune si Boba yuk. Dia ono sing buka yuk.
Maaf. Kudu si Boba. Tio. Tio Boba. Aku mangan gocek. Ngombe nih. Nama kan ngombe juga.
Males mbek Sena. Gak gelem nang X2. Ya apa ya dipisui kene yo.
Ayo.
Kak nyiram tanaman aku maling ini.
Ya. Relak ae.
Awe alat.
Cek gula kelambi.
Mancing. Mancing wae, Sen.
Gak bisa ngancing.
Yo majul langkoa majul.
Males sih ono males terus.
Ya iyalah, ya iku sing gak kayak seru. Ya apa Sen, wis seneng hari iki.
Hah?
Wis seneng hati no iki.
You see what I did? We're back into the action. Gambit down early.
Tahu ya.
See.
Waduh.
They lost the second round. They lost the bonus as well. Right, so far.
Lah apa sih dorang
have
BTC
a
ku?
potential to go exactly as they did last time, and that is obviously very concerning.
Apa kan sih dorang BTC ku?
Yeah, very concerning.
Lah gak sido nang naik tuh hujan. Nang Dio, anyusul arek ah. Wis.
Now Rhaegar, he's 3 away from
Oh enggak.
Now,
Dia
a lot of
sudah
stars
dewe.
have to align for him. But perhaps
Bingung ngapain nang di. Biasanya kan kene outdoor hujan kabeh. Ya wis.
might be on the cards because
Nama hujan deras ya. Pikir Surabaya deras.
Aduh.
this tells you that Gambit, they're not
Kita
planning
kan cari aman, guys.
Ye.
This feels so much like
Oh, he got
Gambit.
spotted.
Dengar
You called it powder, they rotate back, but this might be the
Apa?
opening that they
Emelan
need.
sih dah.
Off of spotting Nats, they send Vikings send 3 back towards A, and that exactly should open the door for Gambit to make their way in towards B. Now you
Emel dah.
two
Wah,
members
eman
against
nih, Cuk.
Chelsea who are starting to creep their way back.
Mangelek ini jela pas petot, Cuk.
Hah?
Jigs up. Chronicle already
Mangelek aku. Terus Raine Sena pas di ngono petot lah sih.
Nggak coba anjing.
Padahal DKP tak foto ya telepon aku.
Kayak Raine V-nya.
Sopo mana itu?
Dek film.
Gambit just had no idea.
Yeah, Sukash just stuck.
Internal we aku kurang nonton padahal.
This is
Temen.
we've been here.
Yeah.
And actually it is something that I wanted to mention, Potter,
Ayo,
because
lock in yo.
this whole you lose the opening 3 rounds and a half has happened. I believe this is the 3rd time in this series, right? Like where
Yeah.
they're
Apa
just
nggak
getting
kelambi
busted on
kon?
the bonus,
Mang
they're
nggak
not
gawe.
converting when they have the gun advantage.
Anjay,
And this is
Ciko wis kendel yo saiki yo.
Yeah.
Nang
yeah,
kamar
it
isane.
is, and
Ngeri
a
anjay.
little bit wonky. A little bit
Ciko ngapain,
disappointing,
Ciko?
Actually, is the word I'm looking for.
Anjay.
You know,
Nih,
you
kita
saw the
dibanteng
idea
hari.
behind it, right?
Anjay.
Red
Bangan.
Bull, the Chronicle, the Sova,
Anjay, Ciko yo mangan
access
mangan.
into that kitchen area, but it just
Nemen
seems
bek
like
kanca-kanca
Vikings,
mangan lho,
they're
Rose
in
gak
the
mangan
place-
bek.
they're in the right places at the right time.
Cari-
Gak mangan, Mang.
When they get close to these
Enggak.
sites.
Kan ancan dia cari ibu eta apa emang orang rumah ya.
move around dollars just enough.
Ojo makan di luar, di rumah wis ada makan.
A little bit here. You hear the
Minggu tapi anjay.
courtesy of FRC.
Ini berarti kan cara ada makanan di rumah, Win.
This is
Aku ya ono 69. Tapi aku menghargai teman-temanku yo.
strong towards A.
Ya, lek kau nak pengen makan ya nggak makan lah apa?
Towards B long to make sure that there's no
Yo sungkan lah, nggak kayak sing mangan tadi kayak gak enak ngono dideloi.
been known
Ya, sudah. Mereka kan lebih banyak sih makan bayu.
Ciri besok apa mangsa?
Iku acara Hans.
Hans apa?
Hans apa? Hans Christian.
Hans MC.
Hans Jantok ya.
Hans
Kata saya
Kaki.
ada koi kok ya kan?
Oh iya apa mana?
Koi.
Itu apa?
Tuh.
Hah? Oh, ya berarti Hans Cutting dong.
Iya, Hans ulang tahun.
Ulang tahun?
Katanya acara makan-makan nih.
Nah, Ciri kok sih diundang?
Oh, aku season loh. Aku sih ikut.
Oh ya berarti ya pacaran berarti ya. Lagi bucin anjay.
Tapi itu dia lagi mbak. Kayak cikulu.
Di story ini Hans sing ulang tahun gak ono ngene lho.
Oh, tapi kan dia aku nge-snap anjir.
Nggak nge-live bang. Goyang-goyang ini. Pak live bang. Live apa bang?
Early moments of Icebox and operator in the hands of GTN.
Kunciran mana? Rambutmu cuma usung deh.
Kuncir, dia ono dikuncir.
Pas nonton pinya lah mau kuncir.
Tapi gila ya ulang tahun. Kok waktu sih ulang tahun wingi yo?
Mau masak tahu kah? Ih, itu sih raca biasa jadi nggak punya.
Tahu di koreng biasa tuh.
Tuh ada bumbu. Gak jadi.
Ayo yo login sih yo, nemen dia.
Ya, itu main dah.
Yo sih.
Pikir Melan dhisik, enteni Alan.
Kita harus memulai peperangan sebelum Alan datang anjay.
Gak fair. Engko ono event mana, Win?
Oh ya cok sih neng ngono. Sakno Alan kae itu.
Makane.
Yo ML-an sih ayo.
Ngalen mang ngomong kok mana lah yo. Dan ini kan mulai.
More damage. The spike still in tow. You don't really have time to go anywhere else. You're gonna have to get through the defenses. You're gonna have to get past GTN. So far, so good. Redgar should have enough time to get the spike down. Sudcast in that 1v2. Too much to look at once. Gambit, they get the first round.
Right
Uji call live YouTube anjay.
No other than Nats.
Iya nonton.
Right in the nick of time with
Tumben.
that flank. All of a sudden finds himself in that heaven area.
Nobar iku. Mobile Legend.
Drawn out round. At every point it seemed like
Nobar Mobile Legend, nobar Valorant.
I mean, it all started off with that Sage in
Salah
a very forward position in mid. But Gambit, they're able to make this A work slowly but surely.
Profane sangar
They're
wah.
figuring out how to put rounds on the board, and it's starting to happen early. Look, I know it's just one.
Profane koyo aku.
This round on the board.
Nembak iso mek geser-geser kena kabeh.
But that should start to kind of provoke some ideas,
Ini
right?
nggak pingin
Start
main,
getting
anjay.
the gears rolling. And maybe they'll have some
Apa sih?
answers.
Valorant.
So we saw that same utility setup early on there at the opening of the round.
Nonton Zin, coba nonton no. Wangel.
Slow orb onto the shock dart.
Males
And then
nih.
the operator was in a different angle, but it's there, right?
Wong-wong iki lho maine swaper yo ketok ngono narik.
Overkill on damage.
Terus gak kesusu maju narik maneh sih an.
Gak digas. Maju terus.
Iya, Bu. Panas, Bu.
Something of the such to create some space and provide some safe passage for them to work their way.
Endi sih?
Yeah.
Bener nahan koyo nunggu sapa sing ngeculik sih ngono.
Cara gak pengen delok sih. Moro tertarik.
Viper-nya lu sik juau cik nang ngono iki.
Ayo sih, nak jujur saya.
Kok nek delok Viper yo.
It's interesting because
Oh.
Viper-nya duel lawan Jet.
off of this, but this is real. There's no doubt about it. The rest of Gambit have shown up. You've got Sadak who's playing close by. The wall's going to go up from Redgar. He's going to get the spike down as well. Get one step closer to having that res. The Hunter's Fury out from
Konco ini langsung teko kabeh.
Iki siapa sih sing main?
Full utility.
Sing main siapa emang?
Lomba-lomba.
Si main orang luar.
But he gets just deleted by Sudicas. Spike is taken away. Viper's Pit is still
Utility ini
in
dipakai
play.
apa po ulti nih?
I think we're waiting for some Sova utility.
Boleh sakit. Bener-bener sangar.
Iki streaming bu, streaming nonton.
Ya. Anjir iki di ulti mana mbek Viper musuh yo?
Iya, double. Patang-patang gitu.
Sangar gua. Menang lah BK Nguki, Pak.
Gambit iki lak sing kemarin juara tuh.
Juara Eropa.
Juara sing Valorant sing Berlin kemarin.
Berlin sing sebelumnya.
Iya.
Oh, sing ngalahno satu Steve nek semi ya.
Iya, heeh. Satu Steve kalah.
Kayak bacotannya kayak bangsin ya. Diawe tangan. Wah.
They're still the lower match, but certainly not where anyone expected Gambit to be in this group.
Anjir, semoga CT lo wapi sih.
While they can see it, it's close. It's within reach. They have to finish things in an early.
Iki lho, sono Bung Alan iki lho.
Sono Alan yo.
Setahu aku lho kurang atus.
Pancet ay.
Was just spotted by the drone.
Nge-scroll TikTok iki.
Out from Saucy, so
Mulai langsung kan Jen.
Oh iya.
Wis tinggal mandi kok.
He's all alone, and I know Gambit's purchases is not as good. Well, they're not going to go towards B main, so he's all good. It looks like
Iki nek Gambit sing menang untuk momen sih.
Oh, it's an A split.
Momen.
Oh, iki.
Bah.
Oh, good night.
Nope. They wanted it to be an A split, but
Di absen mek sofa ya. Kon di absen mek sofa ya.
Potter, right? Like they've been almost clinical since
CT yo cik yo bantingane yo.
Makane padahal crosshair lho nang ndi.
Crosshair awang nang kono bantingi so nang kono, Pak. Lan PB-an lho lan entuk cash lan teko tengkorak lan.
Wes ngomong itu kemarin.
Bukannya kon kemarin iku mek ngomong dadi tengkorak tok gak entuk cash.
Le. Tapi ku servernya beda.
Iya jarene.
Soalnya kan mari kobongan iku.
Makanya bakal ngono terus sampai server sing pertama fix jare. Kuwi koyo Ellen server utama fix ya.
I don't know that there is anything that can do it. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Potter. For Gambit,
Itu kebakaran loh dino iki.
It's not all lost yet, right? Like this can still become a very competitive half. It is 6-1.
Itu kebakaran dino iki.
Just otherwise, but you find yourself even at 7-5.
Crypto.
Oh.
A lot of the concerns
Santai lah.
from Gambit on Icebox, they're still around, right?
Gue yang balik gitu.
Kayak iku lah.
On the side of Vikings, they've played this map
Yeah,
3 times,
sure.
Potter, since July, and they've only won it once.
Ayo yo login yo.
Dang good right now.
Yeah, that's
Valley.
worrying side.
Konten Sena sampai jam 2 yo. Iling sing kapanane.
I think
Abis ini aku mandi.
Entot ternyata gak mandi-mandi aja.
Kan?
coming out for Defo. I think they gotta get some B main control.
Percuma lagi aku main, kerjaanku cuma nyiram tanaman, mau tinggal.
It seems like a lot of the focus in the beginning of the round has been towards
Apa mau tinggal biasanya, mau tinggal apa ngasih gift ngasih es krim.
Ono es krim gak ono sen.
Tak boleh hilang kok sana di skopot.
Jangan paling ini winter. Anjir dek kok seru ya Cik yo. Dinteni ngono nang ndukure dipantek diser bangke.
Aneh tuh ini.
Goib.
Podo enten-tenan yo.
GTN, what a flank from Gambit Chronicle here.
Sagini malan, Sagini.
He's getting flanked.
And he manages to get Redgar anyway. He still has to deal with Chronicle. That shock dart, that pesky little shock dart. Stopping his antics for now. Gambit snatched this thing right back.
That's the spike.
Yep, and Saucy.
Wah, spike drop.
He's been a freak.
Menang dero
Like this before. He's come up big for this.
Kok diwale.
No, nothing. Chronicle gets the third.
Waduh, iki sopane sing tukang absen pisan. Bahaya nih, Bos. Oh, tidak ternyata.
Yeah, they do. And this time around the trades in
Tapi Gambit gak nemu operatornya, guys.
Gambit's favor.
Iya, operatornya
nice 1-for-1 there. At least there was a response, right? Jet, you saw
wis login ah.
pressure, the shock dart coming, the Sage even spamming his little toes right above that tube
Lan,
area. But
ya apa Lan? Dio kalah mang Lan.
Made his way into kitchen. That was everything.
Duh, mahal.
Entire round for Gambit.
Taruh tadi. Liverpool imbang tuh sih.
Menang coy. 95. Menit 95. Origi.
95.
Iya.
Gatel.
Hoki ya.
90 plus 4. Bangsat hoki, Pak. Chelsea langsung mudun peringkat telu yo.
Buku Poppy jare.
West Ham wis dapet disalip Arsenal. Menang anjing, brengsek.
Aku anaknya.
Tubuhku jahat. Ini serunya ini 3 besar boy. 4 bawahnya itu udah kocak yuk. Iki sing lagi gak dalam angin iki Leicester. Lagi gak on perform.
Ayo anjing.
Bodion nih.
Salah.
He was good for it. Shados gets 3 cleans up the round. Has an Empress as well. I think the other thing we
menang mana Gambit juga sedo anjing.
Ayo, menang terus ya Ron ya.
Nah nih. Tero bisa. Susah boy, menang Tero. Bedo ya anjing yo. Loh nah. Nek misalnya Mariano langsung set up nek mari tuku nek kene kan sik piso-piso mencolot.
Siji nang ndi siji.
Mangane. Iku wis ning nek ngene langsung nang garis kabeh. Sik mencolot. Piso-pisoan, bome diucal.
Oke. Bercocok tanam ya.
Live stream yo. Jika nge-live stream gini cocok tanam aja.
Nanggung sih, sak peran.
Lah, pedangku kok hilang? Oh gitu. Panik anjing.
Ancok ulti sok kena tapat lho. Cok.
Saucy with the blind Hunter's Fury. That was his last one as well, and he gets a double. That's 3 kills on this retake for Saucy. A 4K. What a fantastic round. That was one of those wonky, weird buys as well. Yep. My goodness.
And Potter, we talked about it. Momentum. Look at it. That's momentum right there, right? Like, that's in its rawest form. The shifting of the tides back their way. Gambit had put together a couple of rounds. It seemed like they had finally figured themselves out and were in a position to make that a good one. And that type of play can be backbreaking.
We'll see what what the response is here for Gambit. There's only a Spectre on both the duelists back here. Definitely not what you want to see.
Loh, game iku ono tamate gak sih, guys?
Decent information, and right now the jig is up.
Valley.
Gambit have been in mid. Right now there's not a single
tamate yo. Kau no sih sebenarnya.
Lanjut terus.
Iya. Si bisa tetap nanam dengan gitu.
Second best way to take care of that is to just take care of Nats and drop the ultimate out from Gambit. With that, the numbers advantage in favor of Viking. You hear the Empress come through. Gambit testing the waters towards A, and you've got a setup here. You've got FRZ in a good spot to make a play.
Spike should go down. Yeah, this dart combo, it's got to mean a lot. It's got to mean everything for these Gambit guys. If they're even going to bother retake, they kind of have to.
Swerve's coming through. Around nice wall. Drops. Saucy, see if you can find some more success. It's actually GTN with the op. Sudikov cleaning things up, and the ult is, or the res is going to come through. As well to get Sudikov one step closer to having his Viper's pit online. We talked about how that has kind of gone off a bit. Now Nats is not going to be able to counter. Prime Gaming flawless out for Vikings to get them to 8, potentially a 9-3 half.
Last round in the scary scenes, Doug. You know, when I hear the flawless Prime Gaming comp coming up, I immediately look at the HPs, and when I see that everyone's at 100, that scares me. That's a really bad sign. That's scary stuff. And for the Viking side, they're making these retakes look damn easy, Doug. And those are challenging to do, but it just seems like they're synergized on a whole nother level right now that I actually haven't even seen Vikings ever do before.
GTN has that op, only Spectres for Gambit, and that's not the start you wanted, and it goes from bad to worse as Defo and Redgar are both sitting on the sidelines for the round. Sonic looking to add some more insult to injury. The drone's going to give away the two members, drop off, a shock dart there, potentially the op to boot. No, it's Sadak. GTN's Bladestorm. In the op, oh, they know now. Chronicle. Right, yeah. What a half out from Vikings. Gambit never really had a chance at all. At least it didn't seem that way. It seemed like they never
batang sih gak tau buat siram dah yo.
Lackluster half
Ikut disiram dah.
all things considered.
Definitely lackluster indeed.
Menurutnya Ana masa ada ijo-ijo nih gak disiram.
How many times did we see Defo on top tube just tucked, getting pinged by a dart, getting spammed, getting shock dart? The rest of the squad, he brought him this time. 4 members of Gambit all in mid, didn't win a single duel.
We're gonna throw it to the desk to try to really put an obituary together for Gambit potentially, at least on the spot.
Wow, Doug has already.
Early, man.
Wow, okay.
Are you trying to jinx
Aku
it?
pengen
The
yang
9-3
berita
curse, right? The 9-3 curse is a real thing, but Bala,
kayu.
what a performance from Vikings. As you were saying before, we got tossed over.
Online.
It's happening. It's happening.
Get rumah kak boy.
Real upset. I mean, we've lost this. They lost him at the other time. It was like, oh, the upset's happening. But in reality, we never really lost hope in them, especially after that 13-0.
Udah nggak tahu 450 kalau nggak salah.
This time, the momentum is in Vikings' favor. I think all signs are pointing at just on 9-3. So yes, obviously, this sounds stupid, but even at the beginning of this map, I think the signs are pointing towards this upset.
In Saucy's favor.
Yes.
He's unstoppable right now. It feels every time there was that 1v3 before he got the ace that I was like, yeah, he's probably gonna win this. Like there was just so much confidence flowing through him, and you could see. Of course, that was just the most insane thing. The most insane Hunter's Fury I think I've ever seen. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, his utility usage, Bala here, has been incredible from Saucy. And he's proving to you why you want to see him on the solo.
Yeah, exactly. He's just so strong over and over at these types of things. The Hunter's Furies were perfect. I think one thing that was Gambit was not able to adapt well with was how many times did we see GTN pushing down tube and then a dart coming in while Def was above him, and over and over Def was getting Alex. Yes, sure, he's not getting spammed or anything like that. That's really causing him to have to worry about it, but that's just actually
anjing
going
be
on in
Alex.
his mind. And I have to say, it looks a little shaky on the time in terms of like emotional level on the game.
Be aku arek.
getting
Wah.
loud in some cases. They're getting, you know, I'm not sure where
Ngeri
we stand
ngono,
on how
kawan.
we feel about Gambit's emotional like fortitude.
Ngeri,
All games like
brother.
this, but
Salah
what I
beli,
can say is
brother.
that I'm
Hati,
seeing some
brother.
uncharacteristic things on that side.
Mikael kok gak
It's
ono kawan.
really challenging right now.
Ono kabeh
Tekos
sing
is
tak
doing a
boleh
great job
tajuk.
here. Kind of the unsung hero finding
Tapi
Nats
kayak di
in the
atas.
pits a couple times, just
Di
absolutely
arah
just
tambang
being
kayak itu.
kind of like reading him
Kurang
like a
tahu.
book. It's like he's
Oh.
studied him, he's learned from him. We've seen a
Nggak tahu
few
ya.
kind of Nats-esque plays. He's also
Oke, emang betul mah katanya.
that Nats is holding
Oh,
himself, but he's able to
pikir
knock him out of
aku.
those positions.
Yeah, and it
Oh,
wasn't
gak
Sutekas
tahu.
even on Brian
Aku
playing the Viper last time, but I do have to say we saw
Tapi-
Saucy call him in the
Tapi
Iya.
aku main kayak
Iceman, right? Around Icebox
golek
right now,
wedok tok aja main karek main.
I love what I'm seeing out of Sutekas.
Bola
Love what I'm seeing
ono.
out of Vikings.
Very quickly, do you guys believe
Poin di
this is
tambang.
happening?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Why
it
was it
can't not.
hesitation? Yes.
Okay, well,
Pertama kita
Bola and
pilih,
Paperton
bos.
believes it is happening. Potter and Doug, let's see if Vikings can pull this off.
What's wrong?
Thank you, Ian. So yes, just a couple of rounds away from this thing happening. Vikings put together the last 3 in the face of Gambit's seeming attempt at shifting momentum their way. Now Vikings have a
Tumbas.
chance to finish this bad boy off. Gambit on the defensive half. We'll see what they can figure out because this, I mean, we're on the precipice of a major upset, as Bala said.
We certainly are. Now, the last time we watched
Alright.
both these teams playing Icebox, Vikings had a very fast A hit where Sage
Baik,
just kind
baik.
of swatted
Buka.
across the rope, planted quickly into
Langsung
nest,
hidup.
and this is a fast flank. This is a 4-man flank.
Sudakas, swing around that corner. You're about to see a lot, brother. Side hack. Gets the spike down. There they go. Sudakas one, trying to duck, dive, and dodge around the bullets. Not
Kono
even
nak
gonna
misi
solve.
kongon golek basket
With
kayak.
him, though, one for his troubles.
Basket
Nats
apa?
takes care of Saucy as well.
Oh, Blackberry
Sudakas not
basket.
looking
Ah.
Kayak Linus.
for Gambit,
Ah.
but they knew
Oh,
where
no.
Nats was. They
Karo
had to
nanti
stick to
tapi.
him, and they did.
Tapi kira kon
Shadows
error.
on the tap, full control from Gambit back onto this site. That wall goes up. Shadows gets it to half. FRZ not able to do much more. GTN has to do something. GTN, you have to do something here. You can't just wait it out. You can't just wait it out.
Ono
Ooh,
Dune.
Gambit get the defuse.
Jeez Louise.
Peran Dewin.
What a
Tambang,
round.
8.
A 4-man flank to start off the round. I mean,
Lat-
they didn't
oh,
even
di
defend
tangan
it.
itu.
I mean,
Oh,
this happens
hilang.
all the time.
Yeah, it was just like, you know what? Never mind. Let's just not play A site at all. Let's just get the retake going before it even starts. And they're already in the site by the time the spike is planting.
Potter, they're buying on the side of Vikings. They're buying up.
Basket di mana kamu basket?
Yeah, I do feel like in this series we've been getting these forces in these second rounds almost consistently. And I believe on split it was that they were able to convert. GTN, he's going aggressive. He's not stopping, Doug.
Ya gelem golek no aku.
This thing only seems to have one speed,
Anu,
and that
ayo.
speed is go. The wall goes up. Sadak
Ayo.
gets knocked down. GTN still playing
Apa?
around. He does
Ayo.
get backed up. Ooh, and that's a costly death early on.
Next dia
Sekarat.
Beautiful pickup for Shadow.
Kita nggak ya.
Oh man, all 3 members of Vikings are kind of congregated. They're all stuck.
Oh
on
iya
the
guys,
rope here.
sprinkler kalian.
Do they check?
Monster
He
kok
checks,
atit.
but nothing. Shadows drops. Red guard does as well. Holy. Oh, GTN. Nats, they have to fight back there. They have to fight down to Nell, and Nats comes up so big to get 2, but the job's not done. Sudakas, you've got to swing out here. Don't let him do it to you again. The swing out. Sudakas challenges, lands the shots, gets Viking to 10.
All 3 members, Doug. All 3 members just kind of holding hands, singing Kumbaya underneath the raptor there.
Wan anjing.
You asked, are they gonna check? Of
Wis
course
nemu
they're
awit
gonna
tangannya.
check, and they absolutely
Wah.
check. But either way,
Semua lah
Vikings,
tak apa.
they come out on top. These guys have each other's back, and whenever things get hectic, whenever things get tough, in
tak
those
kacau kok emas yo.
in the middle of the site,
Emas matamu mas itu.
Iki udah tangga.
Unbelievable, and Gambit got it close.
It's
They
topper
won that
gitu.
pistol, but given how the
Aja.
second round went off
Terusan.
Vikings' investment,
Bajingan.
they're back down.
Panganannya
So
dia
it
kok
is 4 sheriffs.
bayar kabeh anjing.
And Nats has an armor, has
Iki kan
armor
kapan
weapons
ada
as
bisa
well, light
njuk
armor, but
roti.
armor nonetheless.
Bisa ae lu.
So Gambit are certainly not out of this one.
Kayak wedok gawe bayar. Mangan dhewe bayar.
Iya sih.
Sudakas, he's either gonna have a real good time
Wih,
farming right
oleh
now, or he's
pedang.
gonna get one sheriff right here.
Dia 90 ah.
There you go.
Iya.
Good night.
Tapi level 11 tapi damage gede kan.
Saucy can have some more success. 1, 2.
10, 6, 6.
Gets a third. No.
5 kritik.
Shadows had upgraded. He's able to get that.
Gas.
You've got Chronicle
Luwih sangat iki,
trying
yo.
to cut off rotation.
Padahal.
GTN knows that he's there. The spams through.
Oh, mek gak iso jurus iki. Nek pedang sing sitoke kan iso jurus.
Use FRZ.
Beautiful.
Dancing around. The last
Wih.
one there. Shadows strong.
Ngeri, Win.
Vikings get to 11. Potter, you can
Apa?
feel it. You can feel it. You can feel
Cepat
the
itu.
energy. Arena starting to see out of the side of Gambit. And Brazil
Ada
somehow
apa ya?
gets louder and louder with every step they take closer to the upset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Diamond anjay.
Feel the presence of that victory. It's so close for
Cair.
these Vikings guys. They can certainly
Ono
send
ninja.
it in a
No,
beautiful
ayo.
round as well. I mean, as their
Nggak topeng
confidence
dong.
moves,
Ayo.
they're just getting better and better. I
Anjing.
talked about the fact that they were singing
Ya,
Kumbaya
apaan,
underround.
Duncal
I
lo,
mean,
Cok,
take a
mau.
look at this last round, the ping
Ini kita enggak nih.
between each other. Each
Yep,
player
delok sih,
taking
delok.
aggro,
Jangan
each
munggah
player
anjing.
taking off a shot.
Anjing,
Again,
lawan iku sakit, Cuk.
they have each other's back. Each
Lawar
step of the
abang,
way, and it's
keren ya.
beautiful to see from Vikings.
Kamu iku ono koyo bisane, Bu.
Mudun.
Sakit iku.
Get an excellent start to this round as they find themselves at a numbers
Jam 11 guys.
the rest of the way.
Kalian mau aja.
Teams, but Gambit, they
Aku
have
ngurusin.
the upper hand.
Kamu aku loading, Cuk.
Aku mulai.
Loading Bangsat.
Tolong.
Tolong.
Karo.
Apa?
Melayu.
Nek jam 11 apa?
Jam loro nih mau cut. Balik.
Oh, tambang iku
Atuh.
untuk wajah.
Wadah li cok. Kuit lu.
Kuit fresh close the connection.
Bisa.
Menang anjing.
Tengok.
Gak temenan ya.
Soal lu bang.
Ay lu.
Loh, percaya arek-arek tak enter ngomong ke nak skip anjing.
Gedeng lit.
Both of them swinging on that at just the right time.
Kak becok bangke.
Aku over.
Members left in the round. That's
Parah anjing.
You also have Saucy with
Siapa iki kok nge-stream loro karo?
Klarifikasi.
Klarifikasi sih. Cek dibully.
long enough to potentially make something happen, but Saucy has that was the win condition probably in the round unless Sada goes insane. He's not. Chronicle gets a defuse, Gambit gets a 5. One step closer to that 100 Fury.
One step closer, that's gonna mean a lot. That should
Langsung
really
mulai
help
eman kayak menit tuh.
defenses, and especially towards A. All second half we've been mainly focused towards this B besides that pistol, but one of the things that was a struggle for Gambit was their A defense. Shadows and Dreco, that sort of ping pong that we were just
Back to my life.
it's pretty difficult to play the A side, and I think
Yeah,
that's
you
one of
always
the
in the
things
mood.
I
Go
saw in
around.
opposition. You always have that jet
I'm
thing
gonna
that
don't know what to do. Try and be
able to
cool.
actually fight for A site
Cool.
with those get out of jail free cards with the dismiss.
Iki kan gak nemu si Sky sing paling anyar kasih di bandara iki.
Oh, no.
Nah, ikut dia.
Dalam
Nang dia. Belum lah.
Pasti.
tayo bedok.
Ya aku kok ndelok pengen ndelok ae.
Alah.
Bandara Jogja.
Yo pada Jogja.
Itu masalahnya lah kok enggak Erwin aku pengen delok yo.
Aku salah.
Aku kok nonton di Twitter lho ono.
Zena lho, wah kalah. Cari itu kan bandel ini.
Ayo. Ilmu nya kurang ya coba. Kalah.
Aneh,
Itu
aku
memang-
ikut Dena jadi admin.
Murid itu kadang memang melebihi guru.
Yoi.
Sensei.
Sensei.
Sensei bokep aja. Ono keren-keren.
Sensei.
GTN still playing around with that blade.
Habis.
Taking away, but they're moving in a bunch. They're moving in a bunch, and that might be their entry in. FRZ is able to get one and drop back. Nats holds as well, but FRZ is not going down without a fight. A 1v1. Defo's so weak. He's got that blade storm to tap. A little shoulder given off from FRZ as Defo goes back up. Oh, the shots are there. Spike taking away. He's gonna get away with it. My goodness, it was just enough
Nek
time.
Dio ono tau tukangnya. Nek aku kan gak ono iki.
Through as well as Vikings get to 12.
What a round from FRZ! Superstar moves, man. The
Iki
dismiss is
wes
coming
alam
in
jagungan.
right in the nick of time.
Apa nih?
Wes bawa siram kabeh ta iki.
In the favor of
Menurut
Gambit,
Ngana,
towards Vikings, but
Walah, itu tak siram
in the
yuk.
mix in the thick of things.
Wih.
Finding one, just missing away, repositioning.
Yo ketok wis mari gitu loh yo.
Finish out the round there with just
Aduh.
some jiggles. Just some
Tapi.
jiggles, and that's gotta be so frustrating if you're defo there. Not
Kemarin
even
ngakoni
given a
lah motor
chance
musik.
to be able to take advantage of your amazing
Pas
aim.
kurang atau iya ya.
Gambit
Wah,
backs against
very
Rose.
happy rak. Mancing ada.
Defo's blade store.
Mancing.
Matai.
He got two.
Coba aku.
But that's the thing, man. Vikings trade.
Kira kes mentok, ya apa cara mungganone mana?
Still ends up being an
Ya
advantage for
mentok ya,
Vikings, but
ngono.
Chronicle looking to rip this thing right back into his hands. Saucy's got to go big. He's not this time around.
Tak
Chronicle
ngomong
gets
aja
the
lah.
third. Or Chronicle gets the third. His Gambit gets a six.
Iki ulang tahun nih sopo. Oh iya Robin.
The Batman ya Robin. Kayak apa yo ya Batman ya Robin.
Robin seneng
Itu kan.
spaghetti.
Kayak tukulan.
Favorit anunya spaghetti cuk. Love gift.
Oh iya dah. Itu mana lah baru tak tuku sih.
Kayak ono kayu lo seneng yo. Kon iki.
Kayak extra jos.
Oh itu. Aku lu cuk.
I won't even speak it into existence. We'll see what Gambit can do.
Kat sini bapak kursi roda.
On the defensive side, you've got to
Kajen wong jajan.
Aku anak sehat, tubuhku.
Cacat. Lah, Robinnya nang omaku.
Ya ini ya video kan.
Sing golek video apa rek?
Kon nganggur nemen dah kenapa golek.
Sing digolek tiba nolong.
Belum dah.
Kan biasanya di Twitter kan langsung ketok ngene iki.
Kan nge-live ndek endi? Etik.
Di YouTube.
Buat telokno aku nge-live.
Enggak, Cuk. Aku sih nonton Valorant kok.
Oh iya.
Bukan sih kau. Sisa.
Wayai golek wong koyo ngono ae polisi cepet aja. Gak jelas.
Lah iya, golek wong korupsi akeh.
Gak.
Astaga, aku lagi nge-live.
Tak share tele.
Polisi.
I mean, they have. Okay, so we've upgraded some weapons. He's
Cuk,
got.
arek iki nang.
Iku gak sih.
Berarti wis gak usah nyiram gak sih?
Like you've got exactly Defo and Shadows who were able to hold
Oke,
this.
selama gak buka Telegram.
And now FRC
Iku gak sih. Bener enggak?
really nothing to his name at all as Gambit are able to fend things off at least for now and get to 7. But the thing
Wah,
is,
putusan ya wong iku ya nang bandara kayak
one
ngono.
Viking should be able to buy here. Number 2,
Konten.
for Gambit, that was not cheap. That was costly. They lost a couple.
Mengonten.
Koncone. Ayo konten. Siska ini. Ges.
Mana yuk? Kan share deh. Tele ini.
Oh salah cuk, aku salah nge-share tele.
Konten ndi?
Nikmat dunia.
Dek kono kan ono Sena Yon.
Dia nang kono sih salah yo.
Ayo, sekono ae lah yo.
Oh iya iki klambine padha ambek sing di
Males
berita.
anjing.
Ah, kok nggak ada anjir?
Sepi.
Ya wong kira Dek Royal ngene, Dek bandara.
Nikmat dunia lu wis 700. Aku.
Kau ngenteni 9 plus ah.
Updating lama.
Kate 5 guys.
Mikael seneng apa yo?
Lonte.
Seneng aku.
Senang aku. Wah.
Iya duwe spaghetti wah kecuk.
Ali ya talah. Cok aku iki pengen nge-gift babi.
Lah iya doe lek murung ngucur iku arek gatel iku pasti ono nang salon. Ngentot sampean.
Harus opo?
Tangane baru-baru nyekel makanan ae.
Bener anjing. Spaghetti ini dia gantek-entek cuk.
Lho cok, kembangnya tak kekno. Urane, Mbak.
Oh, wong iki seneng iki yo.
Dari sapa iki lho doyan.
Iki yo doyan yo.
Ngurus. Ale aku san. Abut. Sapa maneh sing kurung?
Duit ngurang iki.
Ah, apa ngomong aku kurung mlebu.
Jangan betul-betul gak spaghetti bangsat.
Buang.
Ketahuan aja.
Dapat siji kan ono sing ulang tahun. Apa salahnya? Lah iku ono sing tuku piro iku? Iku tuku telu lagi. Robinnya di mana ya?
Kan bangun rumah goblok.
Nge-give di situ juga.
Iya sih, tidak kono.
Bet double ngono. Lupe.
Ganda re. Uganda. Isi paket.
Kon mbek pamai lo yo.
Apa nambah iki po ojo?
Jauh.
Evelyn.
Beli ini ke sini.
Pahit.
Oh yo.
The thing is, Vikings had to get away with at least one more kill there. Right through all
Layak
the
nanti layak.
allow the Hunter Suri to be the difference maker. They just didn't win enough of
Layak
that.
kan sih lewat kan.
And off of that, Gambit were able to get into his
Dion.
lap when they were in a 3v1
Look.
at that point, right?
Penny.
So even through the Hunter Suri, you can dance around that, send one guy to fight. That's exactly what Shados did to secure the round.
Ndek Surabaya lagi ono kayak apa museum ngono ya.
Museum apa, Juk?
Mbok kayak art ngono.
Musim
Oh,
modern.
sing beng yo.
Iki mbek terus ono akeh lho sini.
Bakul mie ya.
Hancur.
Gue itu.
Lah lucu ya. Lah kalau guyu banget.
Apa sih?
Dipajang embeng.
Ya mungkin gak dodolan nek karo dodolan.
Balik nak metur.
Hekon mang dodoke mbok jaraki ya.
Enggak. Wong si siapa namanya?
Ose. Terong papat. Aku Mbak Erwin tok sing anu.
Ya situ.
Bahkan sih iso dijajari wong papat ya arek iki geblek.
Wes kae cuek.
Lho kok lo benang dia anjen, Bang?
Beng.
Hah? Aku sama Kena.
Iya.
Beda alam kan gini.
Amin.
Manik
Ya apa beda alam kan gak iso nang omah. Aku save my friend.
Ono dewa aja.
Shout out to the observers, man. I was just
Ya ono
wondering,
deh belum buka pintu kayak kon.
Lah,
but they drop off the X-ray just at the right time to call
Tulinan gemuk.
Ini kan enggak
the light buy. You mentioned the bulldog.
Lu kan mau ngasih nikmat dunia kok.
Lancen ya toh. Kok ngeyel sih.
binatang. Jangan ngomong kuna.
Mempertanyakan sesuatu yang benar.
Terus aku kudu, ya ampun, kudu nge-scroll 700. Astagfirullah.
Kan bisa langsung ke bawah.
Ayo.
Gak tak buka soal,
Angel.
Gak tak buka, maksudnya kayak tak anu. Jadi gak kayak tak kerit.
Oh, manusia purba ini.
Oh iki, kok suwe aja sak menit.
Ya.
Kayak siapa?
Anjir sepi gak sih? Bandara soalnya. Oh, dia mau event.
Coba dibaleni yuk.
Kok kayak siapa?
Coba dibaleni ngomong apa?
Aku takut kayak siapa aja.
Sopan ini. Siapa nih?
Karo.
Terus no.
Aku takut.
Tolong tahu tempat lah lek takok ngono iki yo.
Kayak senar kok siapa.
Enggak ngarep yo ngomong nang kondi san.
Tahu sih nonton kayak gini.
Oh jadi.
Aku tahanan. Mas sing ngomong temen mbake sing nyeplos saiki dhek asu jane.
Enak ngomong tahu, tadi penasaran ya.
Iya. Mau saya dikai umpan gak diterima, Cuk.
Apa sih, Rek?
Wih, energiku kok nambah yo. Mang entek yuk.
Kan tidur.
Oh, turuku nambah.
Nambah.
Ya apa sih hari ini?
Lo enggak, waktu itu kan kurung jam ya sih.
Anjir, mas lapangan.
Apa ini lapangan?
Elen, kalian anu ngayun butuh biro Len.
10.000.
Mas Bro loh.
Apa?
Mas Bro.
Kok Mas Bro?
Biasanya jam ini tuh budal.
Ngejak Mas Bro loh.
Kas itu.
Cabut. Yang buka cabut.
Buka cabut.
Malas biasanya nang X2 agak gelem.
Iya.
Ayo X2 guys.
Gak mesti.
NCT.
Sombong emang.
Mari mangan McD ngejak masak air masak tahu.
Aku nggak makan anjir. Aku main ngelewati
Ngono gak mampir.
Ngono tak mampir.
Apa sih kok posesif sih hari-hari ini?
Itu kudu posesif, aku mempertanyakan.
Ket mangku dipuas terus kan.
Oh, berarti kontol hari-hari.
Nanti nih duwe soalnya.
Batang.
Yo, api yo.
Ono sing masak emas iron ayan.
Itu kayak bikin sprinkler kocak.
Nemu baru.
Ya gak perlu nyiram-nyiram ini.
Sakno sena lapo terus yo.
Terus aku lapo.
Ada penggawean.
Ya belajar main game lah anjing, masa main game nyiram nih.
Nah kan dari kalian.
Nah ya enggak, menikmatilah gamenya. Masuk menikmati game nyiram.
Batwing iki lumayan lah yo. 15. Aku duwe wae cuk, mes 100.
Kan enggak dia punya ya printer kah?
Duwe rusak. Jiko sing duwe koyo.
Duwe rusak.
Duwe nang porong lagi.
Iya lho, nang porong.
Anjir.
Ate kayak ngeprint apa? Winem.
Vietnam.
Winem.
Hah? Dia tuh ngeprint bohong.
Lah yang ngeprint apa?
Laporan.
Piro ratus lembar?
Hah?
100 per lembar. Enggak. Enggak lengar. Aku takut piro lembar laporane. Tapi kan 100 per lembar.
Oke, lembar, dia 100 per lembar, 6 bener.
Tatelan deh iki.
Piro ya sih sekali ya.
Tatelan ini tes yo, kotak.
Jaluk kertas opo?
Tes kamu aku lo yo.
Kertas biasa.
A4.
Opo anjing.
Gold me iron tuh.
Aku dikai sih, mbok eko ngopo gitu.
Enggak sampai 30 lembar.
Apa iki lho?
Paling.
Itu loh. Kirim email kowe. Kan tahu babi laut gak?
Iya.
Ya iku kowe. Bukan ya?
Warna ungu anjing.
Bodoh berarti.
Kan gak duwe sunflower mana ya, Len?
Sunflower. Cuma punya sing cuma.
Tak duwe teman ada.
Love in the dust. Sunflower.
Abis ini aduh.
Lah turun mari ya di print ngene ya apa sih?
Enggak cuma tinggal ganti
Oh, dadi ngene kancamu mek garek ganti jeneng.
Kamu gede iki opo, Len?
Pohon niku ta.
Iya.
Aku ya baru delok iku karo bisa ditebang tadi.
Kayaknya aku hari ini enggak main spot kali deh, guys.
Nice. Ya udah.
Anjing.
Sing penting garap tugas.
Iya.
Tulis tepat waktu.
Amin.
Amin. Kasih aku bunga sama jajan.
Lah anjing.
Nyaman.
Aku namer.
Gua tak pesen turut bertukar cita yuk.
Bukan pengen aku mati ya wis.
Bertukar cita laporane wis kaono. Ya, saai lu Bang. Bisa ya? Keren ya? Lulu.
Dulu lah. Ke mekanik bos.
Aku masih soket wingi-wingi sih. Aku ngalah aja.
Ya jadinya ngisi korek ini ate apa anjir?
Ya banyu.
Gak usah diisi kayak no dijurak kayak no sopong pula. Isi sih dulu.
Dengar suara ya.
Korek apa itu?
Ya, kamu lihat toilet kayak gini lihat kamu.
Jadi males.
Ini keren lan.
Enggak.
Momo.
Momo.
Kalian kayak gini lan.
Momo.
Gak mau lihat ya lan dia. Gak mau lihat.
Mau.
Nggak mau
Ya aku juga mau ini deh. Korek sipo ngono tuh.
Ya.
Ya.
Isinya lagi satu aku sih. Apa nama isinya itu?
Iya pak, namanya apa?
Lali aku.
Lu anjir.
Halo mas.
Dadah.
Pekat wong akeh tuh. Keroyokan anjing. Ya no quest lan.
Wow. Gak usah diambil.
Tuh tak pencet.
Ikan itu dewe-dewe.
Kadung tuh. Tak terima kata garap.
Maksud.
Tak beli yo baik-baik yo.
Gua teli. Alan lo kurang upgrade macok.
Cukup, sih cukup.
Ngawur. Parah.
Wes Heli dipacari di sian. Saya konco kuat itu kota.
Parah cuk dituku cuk. Masuk kurang sih.
Kurang. Gawe.
Aku nambang muter juga kurang bang.
Santai aja, santai bang. Kon yo mengupgrade rumah bangsat.
Dah. Iya.
Nah, gini gitu loh, pertemanan tuh hancur karena uang. Itu juga adik-adik. Itu juga adik-adik.
Kayak Erwin toh.
Padahal lah jeruk game aja.
Padahal.
Game sih cuma mati.
Nah, bayang nondek jeruk gimana kayak gini. Real life aja gitu loh.
Anjing. Iya,
Uang
aku.
itu masih bisa dicari kawan-kawan.
Pal-pale ku apa lan?
Pal ale.
Iya.
Itu kayak bir ngono, mbok gawe yo apa kowe karo.
Enggak weh.
Pal-pale.
Pal ale. Loh, kayak musim salju gini lah. Wah, lari.
Apa?
Kayak iso nanam bunga lah.
Lempu.
Lah anjing.
Send him the energy. He's definitely wondering what the heck just happened to my team. They all died so fast.
Ya, tuh.
He does find Chronicle. Does a
Pokle. Kukle.
He's unable to find the kill very fast. And the spike gets taken away, Doug.
Putak.
Yeah, there's just so much going against him at this moment, and it goes from bad to worse as you saw.
Yo, basket gimana yo? Blackberry basket.
WK.
Ayo bang.
Lali terus cok atau nak wizard anjing.
Chronicle. Where the heck did this three-piece come from? Okay, so he's the one that planted the spike, turns around and finds 3 kills in the back of sight for himself. That's not bad. That is not bad.
Kon gak mancing di kanan Jojo Martman ya.
Steak dinner after this one.
Kak hoki lagi ya. Laren sih.
Tertinggal dengan iwa-iwa aneh. Kon level 10 kurang.
Kurung. Seret aja.
They looked so good. They're gonna have to do it one
Don't
more
we
time
know?
here. Vikings away. But the Viking squad,
Huh?
this is just now really at the end of the series where we've seen some weakness. They've been so consistent up until now.
Lengkap kalimat dua ini.
Cok, pun ngomong kok buatan bu itu buatan.
He drops down to 86 HP.
Duh,
coming in there for
Duh,
Sudocast.
emang gak denger.
Mari kenceng pelan, kenceng pelan.
Barely an elbow.
Ya umpul.
Gets away with his
Wis sing butuh kon, sing ngambek kon, maksud anjing.
Ngomong kon.
Lah kok ngamuk?
Diki santuy.
Diki santuy.
Wah.
It's coming. Shadows, he's all
It's impending at this point. You wonder if there's trigger
Alah,
disengage
pakai anjing.
waited out or if he spotted one. One. And he's going to be able to stay alive. He's able to dismiss the second. Shadows isn't done. Nats has shown up as well. It's all down to 2 members left on the side of Brazil to keep them
Oh,
alive.
aku ro. Erwin tuku tas kayak apa yo?
But it goes from bad to worse.
Walah.
It's all over.
Tasnya ku cek gawe nggawa bunga-bunga cek gak ono sing nyolong ngono.
Enggak lah.
Kiki skin.
Aku iki demi kon cek gak anu, cek gak atik nyiram-nyiramane penisut.